Welcome back to the shop, everybody. Thought I would do an update on a few projects that I've been working on and off for the last few weeks. So a friend of mine, Brian, had lent me a couple of knives that a friend of his owned that needed to be rehandled. And this is one of them, a case knife, sort of a finish style blade on it. So it needs a new handle. There's the Case XX. Looks like it's a Bradford Centennial. So this one needs a handle. I posted a few photos of this one that I've already started rehandling. This was sort of a German style knife, I believe, that needed a new handle. And what I did is I had a antler shed that I cut that section out of. I found this metal detecting, this shed, so I said, well, that may work. And so I cut a section out, drilled out the insides, and working on sanding it down to meet that handle, the metal part of that handle. But so far, so good. I like it. That one turned out pretty good so far. Still got to epoxy it up after I finish sanding the handle down, so hopefully that one turns out okay. For this one, I had a piece of elk antler that I bought from PetSmart or Petco or one of those outlets at one point. And a couple of years ago, I think I did a video of where I was stabilizing that piece of antler, and this was the piece that I did stabilize using the cactus juice stabilizing method and the vacuum chamber. So it's cut in half here. That's the cancellous material, the fibrous material inside where the marrow is. And I thought about using that on this handle, this knife. And I like that color variation of the inside and the outside, so I'm cutting off a slab to meet the thickness of this guard, hand guard or finger guard here. And that's what I did with this one. So this piece has been saw cut, and this will be more the exposed handle side on that once I finish. So I've got this piece here that I've got cut, so I thought we'd do that together. I've set up my little Bauer, the Bauer, let's see if I can get that to focus there. It's a little Harbor Freight porta band saw, and I've got one of these Swag, SWAG Swag vice stands for it. Great tool. I use this thing all the time, so it's a great tool. But I've got it set up here. I put my vacuum hose onto it up under so it would catch most of the cuttings that are coming off. But I just clamped down a piece of aluminum stock just to give me a good straight edge to cut through there. So I thought what I'd set up, it's going to be loud, but I thought I'd set up and show you how I was cutting these out. And I'm going to set it up now, so bear with me, and then it'll get noisy and we'll get to moving. All right. So let's give this a whirl. Safety first. Got my gloves on. And I'm going to use just a dowel rod, wood dowel rod as a push stick. And we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. Vacuum on. So I'm going to hold from the outside here and push against the aluminum bar and use my push stick to push through. Out of that groove in the back there. There we go. It's cut nice and cleanly through there. All right. Yeah, so hopefully, once I get this sanded down, I've got a little bit to sand down to this mark to get that to fit between the end there. But that should, let's zoom out a little bit. Should look pretty decent once it's done. And once it fits in there, then I'll take a marker and mark the outline, cut into that, cut it a little closer to shape before glue up and pins. And it'll be sanded flush at the end, shaped and contoured. So these are the two sections. So we'll see how that goes. So that's that project. This, of course, is this project. Turning out pretty decent. And this is where I kind of left off on the Skinner that I'm working on. I got the holes drilled for weight reduction and countersunk those. Still got to add the stamp using the new stamp holder that I made. And then this one's got to be heat treated. This one's Nitro V. And I got to straighten it a little bit. It's got a little bit of a wobble on one side. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Hope you enjoy the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.